I can start?
Yep.
I'm on? All right.
Just voice my opinion.
You can hold the mic.
Yeah, could you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
Talking to the microphone? All right.
So the question's about the mosque at Ground Zero. I've done a little bit of research on it. I'm not an expert on it, but from what I understand, the mosque has already been there for quite some time, and they've been planning on making it into a community center for a very long time. So it's not exactly a big giant mosque, and hello, rain.
I feel like I don't have the right to answer that question because I'm not a citizen of New York. I would probably have a different opinion if it was in my hometown or where I live right now. So
what do you think if it did happen?
Yo! West Side!
Something similar.
Your video survey is not working out really well.
Okay, my views on the community center being built at Ground Zero is that it's a really good thing, and I think people need to learn to be more tolerant of other religions and cultures, and that's probably what will make the world a better place.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. There's no, I mean, First Amendment, right? That's kind of all there needs to be really said about it. I think it's kind of dumb for all the people who don't like agree with it and everything. But I mean, everyone has their own opinion. It's whatever.
I think it's fine because everyone has a right to religion. That's kind of why we're in the United States, so there you go.
I'm not hateful, but I'm against the construction of the mosque mostly because a lot of families were affected by, you know, those hijackers of the Muslim religion, and it almost seems as if it's a monument or a memorial. It just doesn't seem right. It's like every time these families go there, they're already hurt by, you know, the towers being fallen. They might be hurt even worse by seeing, you know, a bunch of people worshiping right there. It just, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad what happened at 9/11, but it's not everyone's fault who's Muslim. So to deny them a mosque would just be unfair because they aren't all terrorists. So
It's a touchy subject because that is where Ground Zero is, or a couple blocks away from it. I think you have to look at the Islamic community as a whole, not as the radicals that, you know, flew the planes into the towers.
I mean, I think people can do what they want to do. It's a free country. You're not supposed to judge people by religion. And just because their religion is Islamic or Muslim or whatever you choose doesn't necessarily mean that they're terrorist to America. So, I mean, I understand where the people are coming from, but at the same time, just you can't label somebody just off their religion.
I definitely believe in freedom of religion, but I think that the placement of the mosque is very controversial. Right at Ground Zero, where the religion that the attackers were is their place of worship. Putting it right there just seems kind of like a slap into the face to the religion that our country was built on.
So I think they have the right to build the mosque. I mean, I understand people have bad feelings about it, and that's their right to express their opinions if they don't like the mosque. But the mosque has a constitutional right because we are a secular state.
good for them. I guess, yeah, we're missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so we're all for freedom of religion. It's very important to us.
They did come to the community to try and get permission because I know it was a touchy subject. And they could have just ignored that, and they could have went ahead and just built the mosque without trying to get permission. So I think they need to make sure they, if maybe they put some type of tribute to those that are fallen, because they lost about 400 Muslims, within the towers during the attack.
Let them build it. I don't have a problem with it. It wasn't the Muslim people that did it. They were Muslim, but they were like this crazy religious zealot type people. And we have those here. They used to burn churches. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ku Klux Klan just swore up and down they was into, Christianity, but they committed terrorist acts against, Americans. So, I mean, no, these are not like crazy Muslim people that live amongst us just waiting to turn into terrorist cell. These are our brothers and sisters. They look just like me and you, and I have no problem with them building a mosque.
Well, I think they have a right to build anywhere they want. In the Constitution, it provides for freedom of religion, and to deny them that right is un-American and goes against our moral foundation.
I just think it's disrespectful.
I don't really have a problem with them building a mosque at Ground Zero.
I think that they should be allowed to do it because in America we stand for religious freedom. But I think it's insensitive of the Muslim people who are doing it to put it in that location because of the attack on 9/11.
I have no problems with it. I mean, the people who are building the mosque in New York aren't really the extremists that blew up the building in the first place.
Christians don't have like the inability to build churches beside hospitals because a Christian went and murdered the abortionist in his church. So I think it's about balance, and it needs to be done carefully, tactfully, and with respect and remorse for what happened, simply because there was extremists who did that, and I think it's a really delicate situation.
It's either going to help, fight that and, draw more attention to the people who actually committed the crime rather than Muslims as a whole, or, in retrospect, it could just do the opposite, and a lot of people, like kind of ignorant people, are going to get really, really upset about it. So that's kind of started to happen already.